Sly Stone, the iconic frontman and revolutionary mind behind the groundbreaking band Sly and the Family Stone, has passed away at the age of 82. His death marks the end of an era defined by musical genius, boundary-breaking innovation, and a cultural impact that is still echoing across generations. Known for fusing funk, soul, R&B, rock, and psychedelic elements into an electrifying and genre-defying sound, Sly Stone was not just a musician. He was a movement. His music wasn't merely to be heard. It was felt, lived, and experienced, becoming anthems of change, hope, and raw, emotional truth. His family confirmed his death on Monday, June 9th, revealing that he had been battling chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, along with other long-standing health complications. He passed away peacefully, surrounded by love, his 3 children, by his side, his closest lifelong friend present, an extended family holding his hands in his final moments. Though grief fills the silence left by his absence, there is comfort in knowing that his artistry, his soul encoded in melodies and beats, will never fade. In a statement that echoed the sorrow and reverence of a world mourning a legend, Sly's family spoke directly to the millions of fans who had followed his journey. "It is with profound sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved dad, Sly Stone of Sly and the Family Stone," the message began. After a prolonged battle with COPD and other underlying health issues, Sly passed away peacefully, surrounded by his 3 children, his closest friend, and his extended family. While we mourn his absence, we take solace in knowing that his extraordinary musical legacy will continue to resonate and inspire for generations to come. These words, though simple, carried a magnitude of emotion. They encapsulated a man who had given everything to the world of music, who had cracked open his own soul to write lyrics that resonated with people across all walks of life. His family's statement continued with heartfelt reverence. Sly was a monumental figure, a groundbreaking innovator, and a true pioneer who redefined the landscape of pop, funk, and rock music. His iconic songs have left an indelible mark on the world, and his influence remains undeniable. This was more than a tribute. It was a recognition of a genius who did not just participate in the evolution of modern music, but who helped shape it. His music is embedded in our collective memory. From the first blaring notes of Dance to the Music, to the heartfelt unity in everyday people, and the pulsating groove of Thank You for letting me be myself again, each track was a moment, a revolution wrapped in rhythm and voice. His family also shared a detail that reveals Sly's enduring creative spirit, even in his later years. In a testament to his enduring creative spirit, Sly recently completed the screenplay for his life story, a project we are eager to share with the world in due course, which follows a memoir published in 2024. We extend our deepest gratitude for the outpouring of love and prayers during this difficult time. We wish peace and harmony to all who were touched by Sly's life and his iconic music. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your unwavering support, the statement concluded. The story of Sly Stone cannot be told without recounting the monumental rise and complicated legacy of Sly and the Family Stone. It was a band unlike any other, a multiracial, multi-gender ensemble in an era when segregation still loomed large across American society. Their lineup alone made a political statement, but it was their music that became the rallying cry for a generation demanding change. Songs like Stand and Everyday People spoke to the issues of the time: inequality, injustice, peace, and togetherness, while never sacrificing the groove. In fact, the genius of Sly's music was that it could make you dance and think all at once. He wrapped social consciousness in joy, revolution in rhythm. Each lyric was a call to empathy, every beat a drum of transformation. The group's chemistry was palpable and deeply rooted in family. Sly Stone, born Sylvester Stewart in Denton, Texas in 1943, was joined by his real-life siblings Freddie Stone and Rose Stone in the band. The Stewart family relocated to California when Sly was still a child. It was in the church choirs of the Bay Area that his voice first took flight, harmonizing with his siblings in spiritual hymns that no doubt laid the emotional foundation for the passion and power that would later define his professional work. At just 4 years old, Sly was already commanding attention with his talent, performing gospel music with a rare sense of timing and fervor well beyond his years. The transformation from Sylvester Stewart to Sly Stone came with a simple twist of fate. When a classmate misspelled his name, the nickname stuck. When he later adopted Stone as his stage surname, his siblings followed suit. It was more than a name. It became a legacy. The band's rise was meteoric. Their 1967 debut album, A Whole New Thing, introduced a fresh sound, but it was their 1968 follow-up, Dance to the Music, that launched them into superstardom. The title track, with its driving horns and exuberant call to unity, broke down musical and social barriers. They followed with hits like Life, Stand, and the seminal album, There's a Riot Going On, which took a darker, more introspective tone reflective of the disillusionment in America during the early 70s. Through it all, Sly remained at the center, a flamboyant, enigmatic figure with a knack for blending deep social commentary with infectious, genre-bending soundscapes. But with genius often comes struggle. Sly's life was not untouched by turmoil. His drug use, particularly during the 1970s, became a well-documented aspect of his personal battles. Fame, pressure, and creative exhaustion weighed heavily on him. The very industry he had helped redefine also tried to mold him, control him, and in many ways, discard him when his lifestyle became too erratic. The dysfunction seeped into the band, and by the 1980s, Sly and the family Stone had splintered irreparably. Despite attempts to reunite or re-enter the public eye, Sly became increasingly reclusive. Stories of his reclusiveness, including living in a van in Los Angeles for a time, only added to the mystique and tragedy surrounding his legend. Still, even in retreat, his influence never waned. His music has been sampled, reinterpreted, and honored by artists across genres and generations. From Prince to Public Enemy, from Janet Jackson to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the DNA of Sly's funk is found in beats and melodies the world over. His ability to challenge conventions while creating music that was both commercially viable and intellectually stirring made him a cornerstone of modern sound. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993, a formal acknowledgement of his place among the titans of the art form. In 2024, fans were gifted his memoir, a candid, raw, and often heartbreaking look into the mind of a man who gave everything to his craft, often at the expense of his personal peace. It painted the picture of an artist who struggled to balance genius with vulnerability, performance with authenticity. The announcement that he had finished writing a screenplay for a biopic before his passing adds yet another chapter to his legacy, suggesting that even as his body weakened, his mind was still brimming with stories, ideas, and an undying need to create. Now, as the world reflects on the legacy of Sly Stone, we are left with more than just records and videos. We are left with a philosophy. Sly Stone didn't just make music, he made statements. He didn't just lead a band, he led a cultural awakening. His lyrics urged us to come together, to stand up, to recognize each other's humanity. His beats reminded us that the soul could be shaken awake through sound. His stage presence, glittering, erratic, mesmerizing, was a manifestation of freedom in its purest form. And now, as tributes pour in from around the world, it becomes all the more clear just how deeply Sly Stone shaped the world we live in, one note at a time. The death of Sly Stone is not just the loss of a musician, it is the loss of a mirror, a prism through which we saw the kaleidoscope of human emotion, struggle, and hope reflected back at us. But what a gift he has left behind. His songs remain eternal. His legacy continues to whisper, shout, and sing across time. There will never be another like him, but because of him, there are countless others inspired to push boundaries, to speak truth, and to make the kind of music that moves not just feet, but hearts and minds. Rest in power, Sly Stone. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the message. And thank you for showing the world what it means to be free.